the Centers for Disease Control. So how can you prevent such an eventuality? Have a home safety evaluation from a licensed physical therapist, routine visits to your medical doctor, exercise 3 times a week for strength and balance training, semi-annual eye exams, and a monthly review of your medications by a doctor or pharmacist. Every time you walk out the door, or even get out of bed in the morning, you run the risk of injuring yourself by a fall. Taking these preventative measures, you do minimize these chances. I'm Suzanne Hannes. Find out more at premiergeriatricrn.com.
My golden retriever Sundance is a lot more playful now. She has more pep and energy than I've seen in years.
Tons of energy. Petey is having fun again. He's got a shiny coat and a good healthy weight.
Molly's been having 4 scoops a day. She pushes her little bowl all the way across the room, emptying every last single crumb. She has slimmed down and gotten this puppy look.
She's got life. She's got energy. She's got stuff to give.
We get asked all the time when we're at shows, how do you get your dog so healthy and shiny and glossy?
DINOVITE.com.
859-428-1000.
The omega-3 fatty acids,
Flaxseed, zinc, alfalfa.
the digestive enzymes that are cooked out of regular dog food.
Family will be on Dynovite for the rest of his life.
Just feed your dog right. Use Dynovite. If it's working, don't quit.
859-428-1000.
859-428-1000.
DINOVITE.com.
Whoa, a new digital music player. Thanks, Mom.
Oh, I'm glad you like it, because I can't wait to toss the big stereo. And now that we got your dad that big HD TV he wanted, we can throw out our old TV, too.
Hold up. You can't just throw out electronics.
Really?
They need to be recycled or donated.
And how would we do that?
It's so easy, Mom. Today, recycling electronics is just as easy as buying them. GreenerGadgets.org has all the info. We just enter our zip code to find a certified recycling center nearby. There are thousands of them, and new ones are being added all the time. Some of our local stores are even certified recycling locations.
I like that.
Did you know that some of the stuff in our old electronics could be used to make new products and conserve natural resources?
Well, okay then. Let's gather them up. What was that website again?
GreenerGadgets.org. We just enter our zip code and go.
Continuing now with A Touch of Gray, the talk show for grown-ups. I'm Michael Harrison in the anchor chair, and here again is Carol Marks in conversation with Dr. Gregory M. Martin about knee and hip health.
We're finding a lot of issues, cardiovascular issues and cancers and all these things. So I definitely think people should take a hard look at their diet. They should try and eliminate a lot of these processed foods and stick with whole foods, as much as possible. And have their diets heavily based in fruits and vegetables, and I think people should eat the things that they want, but just use smart portion sizes, and I think it really translates into people feeling better in a lot of different areas, but also particularly in the health of their knees.
And do you find the fact that more people are using the Mediterranean diet today, that is a helpful sign?
I think that's great. I mean, I think the Mediterranean diet has been shown time and time again in multiple studies to be helpful in many areas, and that's kind of what I kind of try and follow as best as possible.
Now, what about the role of nutritional supplements in keeping our knees healthy and relieving the pain in them that many of us are currently experiencing? You recommend 2 of them. One is glucosamine sulfate turmeric, and the other one is turmeric. And some reviews about them have been negative. So why really would you consider your reasons for recommending them? Because I understand that the Mayo Clinic and the National Institute of Health have said good things about them.
Yeah, so, the first thing I always tell people is there's no treatment that helps everybody, and that even includes surgery. So my philosophy is always start with the things that are kind of natural and the least risky, and only do things that are more risky if those things are not working. So that goes back to lifestyle, diet, fitness, And then when I wrote this book, I said, well, I want to go through all the scientific literature and see what's been studied and what is the most likely to help people. And what I came up with, despite the fact that there's tons of things marketed and put out there as helpful for arthritis, there's really only two things that I thought the literature was convincing enough to include in the book, and that is one was glucosamine sulfate, and the other is turmeric or curcumin, which is the active ingredient. So glucosamine sulfate is probably one of the more studied things, and glucosamine is considered somewhat controversial. At first there was this initial enthusiasm, and then they did a study at the National Institutes of Health, which was fairly confusing. But I think this is worth a try for many people. I usually tell people to try it for 2 to 3 months and then reassess how you feel. The best way to know if it's helping is if you stop it for a short period of time. And if you start to feel worse after you stop it, then you know it's doing. And I recently just had a close friend try that, and he told me as soon as he went off it, he felt significantly worse. So I think that's a good thing to try, and I think it's been taken by so many people, and it's safe for just about everybody.
So you have to be patient, and I don't think most people would think, when they start something and it hasn't worked, after a week or two, they stop it and they don't really take the 3 months to really properly evaluate it.
Yeah, and I think that is a little confusing for folks because most people expect to see results. In our society, everything is like, oh, I want instant gratification. But I think particularly when it comes to glucosamine sulfate, that's not true. That most of the studies seem to indicate, at the earliest 6 weeks, if not 3 months, and I've even some suggest six months are needed. But I think that's a reasonable thing to try.
That's Dr. Gregory M. Martin in conversation with Carol Marks talking about knee and hip health. And you can learn more about Dr. Martin at www.gregorymartinmd.com. Thank you, Carol Marks, for an excellent program. Thank you, Dwayne Doobie Jr., our producer on the front line. Thank you to all our affiliates across America. And thank you for listening. On behalf of all of us, I'm Michael Harrison in the anchor chair, inviting you to join us next weekend right here for another installment of A Touch of Gray, the talk show for grown-ups.
Talk 1470, WWNN Pompano Beach, Boca Raton, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
AM 1470, WNN, with more of what you need to know. Here are the latest from Invite Health with Jerry Hickey, weekdays at 9 on AM 1470, WNN.
If you suffer from excruciating back pain, do not have surgery. Call Dr. Fernando Ranella, MD, and ask him about the new ozone therapy and how it can eliminate your back pain once and for all. End your suffering today. Call Dr. Fernando Ranella, the Center for Back Pain Management, 561-819-6325. That's 561-819-6325 or injectpainaway.com.
The Parkinson's Radio Hour with host Jeff Dowd is now on AM 1470 every Thursday at 6 p.m., the only show for Parkinson's patients and caregivers. Tune in Thursdays at 6. This has been a message from the South Palm Beach County chapter of the National Parkinson's Foundation.
Taking over-the-counter or prescription drugs unnecessarily is a drag, whereas feeling great like you used to is the way it ought to be. Learn how to feel, function, and perform to your full health potential. Tune in to the Dr. Bob Martin Show, Sunday morning at 10 on Talk 1470 WNN.
Talk health. Talk wealth. Talk politics. Talk 1470 WNN.
The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors. Sometimes life needs adjustments to work out for us, and making these adjustments can be difficult to see. Welcome to Change for a Better Life, Love, and Health with Nadia, a weekly empowerment show hosted by world-traveled Nadia Rosh, as she brings needed information to help you select the right path in life's challenges, relationships, and just taking care of your body. Nadia welcomes all questions on the show by calling 888-565-1470 and asking anything that you're having a problem with. You can see Nadia on changeforthebetter.tv, as each week she will bring new solutions to your life. And to reach Nadia directly, call 954-907-5176. Now, let's get ready for change with Nadia Rosh.
Hello, everybody. This is Nadia Rosh. Every Monday from 6 to 6:30, I'm with you ready to help any problem what you have. Actually, we don't have problem. We have just a situation, and every situation can be resolved. Today, with me again, I'm so happy about this, is Terry Croster. He is crisis management specialist and a life coach. And we continue to talk about relationship. And last week we received the question from audience, what about giving and taking? Who is giving and who is taking? So we continue this topic because I think this is very important to us to understand the principles of giving. Terry, you with me? Hello?
Yeah. How are you today?
Yes, doing wonderful. I think we are, by weather, we're blessed so much. And we have crispy weather, but very, very cool. So I think is everybody happy. If not, we help everybody to feel happy. You heard I said we continue to going to talk about giving and receiving. So we talk with you after program, and we decide to continue to talk because so many people they not understand the principles of the giving.
Yes. Last week, Freddie posed that question about who gives and who receives, and people don't understand the principle of giving and receiving is the same thing.
Yes.
It's two sides of the same coin.
Right.
There is a reciprocal transaction between both the giver and the receiver. Where we run into problems concerning giving and receiving is the fact that people become selfish. Anytime there's a selfish individual in the midst of any relationship, or a greedy individual in the midst of any relationship,
yes,
it now turns that relationship sour because you take a holiday like Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Before even the simplest gift was appreciated. And this appreciation is one of the highest forms of vibrational forms of love,
yes,
is to be appreciative. And in that sense, giving also ranks high in that. But we have commercialized giving to such an extent now. We use giving and receiving as some, we really tarnished its meaning.
Yeah, this is more stressful than happiness. It's a more stressful piece. People going to buy present and thinking, oh, this present is maybe not make happy the other person, but they can afford big one. But they not think about the principles of the giving. Like you said, this is the same energy creating by giving and receiving, because this is appreciation.
Yes.
Person who give appreciate to other person to be who they are. And this is why from the heart they give something. Whatever they decide to give, this is coming from the heart. Like you said, if this is coming like a commercial, I have to, now is this Valentine's Day, and now is so many people stress out because they don't know what to do. They want to please others, but They don't know, sometimes they don't know how, and they think maybe not enough. But everything what you create by giving give you appreciation and give you the first of all, this is a command of the God, right? It can be wrong to giving. So more you give, more you receive, right?
That's right. It's the law
Yes.
of reciprocity.
Right. And then a person who receive have appreciation of receiving something. And this is doesn't matter a quality or quantity of the present. This is action. This is have to be, receiving with thinking, yes, the person could give me the gift, appreciate me so much, and take a time to pick some gift and give me. So this is a very, very positive energy, the both sizes.
Yes, the gift is irrelevant. The actual gift is irrelevant. Its value is irrelevant. It's the concept of understanding that someone thinks of you. That
exactly.
Someone has taken a concerted effort to please you, or to help you, or to put you in the forethought of their thoughts and their life. And that, when you understand that no one owes you anything,
exactly,
then, and when you understand that we have this nasty thing that we do, and it's called expectation.
Mm-hmm.
And we expect everything. The man expects something out of the woman. The woman expects something out of the woman. And you go to the dinner, and hey, I expect something after this dinner, young lady. Or
if I give you some dinner, I expected something else back. Pay back, yes. Yeah, that's a horrible thing, This is actually make the person who give and expected to receive something back turn down the energy of giving. Because a scientist actually said, love create 500 frequency by second. That's energy, high energy, make you happy. So appreciation even more powerful. This is 650 frequency by second to give you happiness. And when you expected something, you crush it all your happiness.
Yeah, this appreciation, and it would behoove people to understand and practice appreciation, because it's a health benefit. It improves your health. It opens up chakras and mental flow and blood flow, and increase your nervous energy that flows through your body.
Mm-hmm.
I've personal trained people over the years, and you come across people who, no matter what diet you give them, they're not going to lose weight. And because their body has triggered, their fat level has been triggered by stress.
Yes.
By stress and unsavory behavior. In other words, and when I say that, I mean wrong thinking, miserable people, depression. These type of things create a type of weight loss that cannot be lost.
Right.
Because it's triggered. You change your central nervous system. You damaged it, I should say. And so you really should learn the true value of giving and the true value of receiving, because these are two powerful aspects of love that will remove a lot of the aches and pains that you have in your life. People don't realize that a lot of their aches and pains are associated to their inability to be happy, their inability to show appreciation for things. People now complain about everything. If they get up, it's raining, they're complaining. If they get up, it's hot, they're complaining.
Yes.
And they don't even have appreciation for the gifts that the Creator gives them. So, and then they have, I had a client one time, some years ago, and she was complaining about her husband. And she was saying that on Valentine's Day, every Valentine's Day, he gets her this nice piece of jewelry, and when she comes home on the kitchen table is this big bouquet of roses and a card.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, he makes me sick. Everybody else husband sends it to the job.
Wow.
And I was like, wow. You don't even appreciate that someone goes out
Wow.
and gets $150 worth of roses.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
you know, and buys this expensive bracelet and have it laid out for you when they come home. But you're more concerned about how it looks to other people.
Other people, yeah, to showing other people. You know what? I just talked with my friend, and we talk from Washington, and he said, yeah, some people, they on relationship, but they are not happy. And I say, listen, we just have the program last week talking about this because of the people have no togetherness and they lonely together. And they not appreciate each other. They want to show everybody their success in the marriage, but coming together at home, they separated and they're not together, and this is a problem. And giving and receiving, if the man give woman gift, and she react like this, better he send it this is at work, everybody can see it. That's not appreciation. So the next time the man thinking, why I need to give anything? She not appreciate anyway. So
that's right.
And this is create new issues in the relationship. We have to be as a child. When the child 2-3 years old and you give him anything, it's something very, very small, but this is exactly what the kid looking for. This happiness have no limit. This is so happy. And of course, the parents want to give more and more. That's how appreciation working, because this energy is so powerful.
And they, like I said, people really should learn to really assess and rediscover the art of receiving and the art of appreciation, because non-appreciation and giving, in a sense, only to receive. See, giving is an act that you do where you have no expectation of something in return, because it's not giving if you expect something in return.
Yes.
You are now making a business transaction.
Yes, I receive after our last program, I received a message, and the lady said, all what I am and all what I have belong to God. My life, my actual health, the love of my family, having a job, having a career, a financial status is because of God's mercy. And she said, there are many reasons to give without limitation, expecting nothing in return, because a God give you everything for free. It's just like, why you expected something if you receiving, it's not yours. You just use it. So give it. Just give it. Yeah, I love this message what lady sent it to me. And another young man, he said, I'm so impressed he understand. He said, the principles of giving is amazing ladder to success. And that's true too, because success is possible only when you're in high energy.
That's right.
And this is only the way to go. So that's what it is. Yeah, I have another question coming. Does work environmental create all these feelings because of life varies the balance?
Could you repeat that?
Okay. Does work environment create all these feelings because of life varies the balance? That's what I received question.
Does work?
Does it work? Does work create all these feelings? Feelings mean appreciation. I understand this like that is feelings about giving and receiving by this feeling appreciation to give and to receive. So, and they say this is because of life, and where is the balance?
Well, life, the balance is appreciation actually causes you to give.
That's right. That's my opinion too. Yes.
Appreciation causes you to give. That's why I say they're both the same. Because, like the message that you received from the young lady, where she said, all that she has, her family and her life, is a gift from God.
Yes.
So because she has appreciation for these things, and she hasn't even touched on the fact that, hey, it might have been hard to keep all of those things together in life. But her appreciation overrides all of that. And because of her appreciation, she now is propelled to give. Because the reason that I give is because I appreciate who I am and what I am.
That's a deep that's a deep understanding to giving. Yes. Yes. You not give so many people give charity, give donation without even not saying their name, and there is people receiving, they have no idea where this money or gift come from. And this is for them who give is not that much important, the reaction of the people, because they already in a euphoria of high energy of giving.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. You look at some of the wealthy, like Andrew Carnegie, who gave away his wealth. And at the time, he would have been probably a trillionaire compared to today's standard. But he gave away most of his wealth, because when you extract so much from life, it is only natural that you give back. The same way the earth continuously gives back. It's just the law of the universe. It's the law that God has laid since the beginning of time. That's why one of our strongest gospel testaments is sow and you shall reap, and as you reap, so as you sow, so shall you reap also. So all these things is about constantly giving. The problem that we have is that works all the way up until we get to man. And man decides he's going to do it differently.
Yes, and some people, they giving because they have to, kind of, like you say about Christmas or Thanksgiving or Valentine's Day. they feel like they have to, and this is not coming from a heart, and this is different giving, because this giving not create a good energy. This giving coming with a greediness also, which is
and there's the person who
yes.
don't get anything around Christmas, and they are mad.
Mad,
and they are
yes.
upset. But you should have appreciation regardless of whether you receive anything or not, because you are always in a position of receiving.
Mm-hmm.
And
yes.
a lot of the times people lose sight of appreciation because they want their giving or receiving to be from a particular person.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, life is always giving you. So there's always an opportunity for appreciation, and there's also an opportunity to return the appreciation. You don't necessarily have to return the appreciation to the person who gave it to you, or you don't necessarily have to receive from who you desire. You know what I mean? If you have a bill and all of a sudden you got a check that you don't know where it came from that covers that bill, then you have a reason for appreciation.
Right.
If you needed a ride and your husband wasn't available to give you a ride, but your next door neighbor gave you the ride, you have a reason for appreciation.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so a lot of times what distorts our appreciation is we expect it from, we like to determine how and when and who is doing the giving.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do that, you really muddy the water, and you're unable to see all the things you have to be appreciative for, because life is always given. It's always given.
Right. Right.
People are always given. Total strangers are walking up giving. And you have to develop an appreciation for these things. And then when you learn to appreciate these things, the people that don't give to you, you learn to give to them.
Exactly. The scripture said, whatever you do, don't do this is for the people. Don't do this is for man. Do this is for God. And this is change completely everything, because God supply you for every aspect of your life. God supply you. So you supposed to appreciate Him first. No matter what you do, for whom you do in this earth, you're doing this for God. And this is, don't expect anything from a people to receive, and especially from relatives. Because this is, like you said, they appreciate more neighbors than the husband, do the same thing. But do everything for the God, and create inside of you this positive energy, high level energy, which is actually indicated who you are. And life is going to be better just because of that.
Well, Nadia, it's an interesting thing. When you look at life, everybody needs food, shelter, right?
Right.
Food and shelter.
That's a basic life, yes.
That's the basic need of every human being, correct?
Right.
So everything after that, man makes up. And when you understand that there is enough food and enough land for us to have shelter, for every human on this planet to have food and shelter, everything else is made up. Every prejudice, everything. People try to act like, One person is different. If you need food and shelter, you are the same.
Exactly. You know, when is disaster coming and everybody in the same position, you know, is no difference where you live before, what you eat before. Every shelter and every food is appreciated like life-saving things. And this is how we're supposed to actually appreciate everything in our lives.
Right.
So we have 1 minute left, and what is your last word of this topic?
Well, it's off my last statement. When once you understand that, you see that every discord in your life, after the fact of whether you have shelter and food, is 100% made up in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have no lack. Once you have food and shelter, you have no lack.
Right.
Everything else is created. Society has created it for you. There's an illusion. But you have to learn to appreciate each and everything in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll become a better giver, and you'll become a better receiver.
That's
and you'll
right.
become a healthier and more blessed being. You know, that's
You're
all
going to be always give and always receive with appreciation. That's a secret.
Yes.
Yes, and we finished this topic today, and I just want to say, everybody, stay happy. And if you repeat after me the one things every day and every way, I'm getting better and better. This is make you happy. All right, this is Nadia Rosh, and see you next Monday. Bye.
Bye-bye.
You have been listening to Change for a Better Life with Nadia Rosh as she explores the mysteries of life, love, and health. Tune in next week for another chapter that will help you make the right choices in your everyday situation. If you wish to contact Nadia, please call her at 954-907-5176 directly, or visit the website www.changeforthebetter.tv. And thank you for tuning in for Change. The opinions expressed on